The river can't retreat. We take the bridge, the men on the other side can't cross. Divide their army. We are outnumbered and outclassed, yes, but we'll do some damage. Take the bridge. So we did. We charged down the side of this hill, right through the middle of that dry causeway. We hit that bridge like a storm, man. With sword and axe. 10 years we've been waiting for this. 10 years of the English boot on my neck. Hundreds of men up to their knees in bucket mud trying to stay alive. It's a nightmare. The trick is you've got to stay on your feet, because if you don't stay on your feet, you don't get back up. I stayed on my feet fine, a lot of men didn't. And amongst all the screaming and the dying and the shouting men and the dying horses, all of a sudden the bridge couldn't take the weight anymore. The bridge collapsed into the river ford. The English on this side could not retreat. The English on the other side could not advance. And who was outnumbered then? The Knights of Royal England. They'll not see England again. No quarter was given, none asked. We killed every man of them. The rest of them, when they saw this, decided to retreat back to the border in England where they belong. We won the Battle of Stirling Bridge. Outnumbered, eh? Outclassed, but not outfought. The Sir Andrew Murray lies dying. But Wallace was still alive. What would they do with him? All these noblemen that swore allegiance to Edward of England swear allegiance to William Wallace. They made him the Guardian of Scotland. A man that nobody knew 18 months ago is now Sir William Wallace, the Guardian of Scotland. Almost the king in the king's absence. Now that he's Guardian, they say he must negotiate. I didn't come here to negotiate. I negotiate with no man. I go to England not to negotiate. I go to England to take revenge. 10 years oppression of my people. And so we did. We invaded the north of England and we put it to fire and sword. Because that's how it's done, my friend. You make the innocent people more afraid of you than they are of their own king. And so, when he returns for his vengeance, perhaps the people of the north of England will not be so keen to join him this time. Not when they've seen our justice and our revenge. And for this they would call me a barbarian. This is war. I make no apologies for my actions. But we couldn't stay in England, we'll have to come home and hope the English leave us alone. That is not going to happen. Do you think Edward of England will stand aside and watch this rampant Scotsman take the north? I predict that Edward of England will return with a huge army. I also predict that the nobles of Scotland will turn their back on Wallace. And you'll learn the meaning of the word barbarity. Edward I becomes known as the Hammer of the Scots. And William Wallace will fight, because that's what William Wallace does. And if it's any reassurance to you, my friend, so will I. When Edward of England comes back into my country, I'll be waiting for him right here. You have my word on that. I'll be waiting for him right here. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much.